Hello, guys. Welcome back to this channel, and I'm so glad to let you know the good news I have for you this week. So this week, I forecasted three trades, right? USD, JPY, JBP, GBP, JPY, and USD, CHF. These are the trade that I forecasted for the week, and luckily for me, I was able to trade all of them this week. So now let's see. Let me show you what I have. I started with DXY. So this was what I was expecting for DXY, and is what you can see for the weekly. So I was bullish on weekly, and I was bearish on 4 hours and daily. All since these two time frame synchronizes, I was my bias was to sell. Now let's see here. So this was my weekly. I was expecting price to fall to this level where it had multiple touch there, not knowing that price was going to either also return from here. So this was the daily for on Sunday. This was actually on Sunday, and I was expecting price to come here. So in as much as I'm looking for price to go to 101 level, 104 seems to be a strong level where price can retest. So 101, 101, that is down here, right? So on Tuesday, I check in on Tuesday because Monday, that was Monday's candle. You can see, right? Right after the bearish candle, there is this bullish candle here. So Monday was the next bullish candle, and Tuesday was this one. So I was expecting price to break past this level, and then price didn't break the neckline of the head and shoulder. You can see there's an head and shoulder pattern here. So price, I was thinking price will break this one, and that's why I took one particular trade. I will let you know when I get there. But because I was expecting price to break this neckline and retest it to sell, it didn't happen. It rejected it by not closing inside the neckline and then jump up. So after price did that, I was expecting price to break and retest. So this is what I was expecting price to do. I wanted price to break up here, retest it, and sell off. But if body candle closes above this level, then there will be a new trend. And when I was analyzing this, I had 8 more hours for this candle to close. So I was expecting this candle to close bullish. And let's see what happened. And that was yesterday. And today, let's look at today. What do we have today? Today, daily price actually ended up breaking it yesterday. Yesterday, I was expecting what a bullish candle move to close up here. So now you can see what I was talking about. I wanted it to break up, come to retest it, and push up. So the next level that I'll be looking for price is going to be this particular level, this level here. So I want price to do something like this, test here and push up here. And that is what is going to happen next. Right. So that was it for my DXY. And basically here will be the 4 hours also. The 4 hours, you can see it's here, right? The head and shoulder is clearly here. So I was looking for it to break and retest and push down, but it didn't happen like that. Now let's see what we have next. And then it pushed up here, and this is where I was looking for the price to break this neckline and push up. And lo and behold, that is exactly what we have here now. Now look at the 4 hours. So you can see from here, the 4 hours price broke above it, and now it's coming for the retest. So I want to see price retest this resistance turn support. Tap in here and push up to this level, and that is what I'm expecting to see now. For that matter, if the XY is behaving this way, now let's see what are the other trades, other setup, or other pair also doing. To start with, USD JPY. So this is my main pair actually. So the weekly, can price react from here? Let's see how it goes. So I was expecting price to tap in this fair value gap here, but price didn't get there. So that was the weekly. We didn't get there. So current price is pushing up. Now let's see the daily, how we started from Sunday. So Sunday, this was it. I drew my fib level right from down here to up here, and I'm thinking price is going to come all the way down here to tap in this fair value gap, which is also my fib level. But did price get there? This was Monday. Price refused to come down. And then I was expecting a change of character here so that I can jump in on the retest. And what happened? Indeed, price broke above it. And let's see, when you go to the lower time frame, you'll get to see. So this was Monday. I never checked in again because I took a trade there. So this was what I was looking for in the 4 hours. Another 4 hours, I had this change of character. So when price came down here to test this order block, this bullish order block, but then what happened? I was worried about this double top. So double top coupled with engulfing, the bearish engulfing candle. I will not want to see price break this level. So if price breaks this level, then it means this engulfing candle is nothing. So my bias here, I was expecting price to break here, retest it and sell to this particular level that I was looking for price to get to. But what happened? Guess what? Price didn't happen like that. It actually broke above it and retested it. And when I realized price was rejecting the EMA, right from here you can see, then that was when I got my entry from the retest. And let me show you. So this was the retest here. So with a 30 minutes, price broke above it, came to retest it, and gave me this a bullish engulfing candle. As you can see from here, that's the bullish engulfing candle that gave me the how do you call it? My confirmation to enter this trade. And as soon as I entered this trade, it pushed up. Even though it pushed up, I was saying this 30 minute when price broke past that level, I jump on with a bullish engulfing. Though I see and think price will come back to retest this area properly, since price normally tests the entry twice. Let's see how price plays out. And exactly that is what happened. Price actually went, came back and retested it twice, came for the retest again, and that was it. So this was the trade. This was the engulfing that I took the trade from. You can see this was it. So as soon as I got in here, price went and came back to test the entry again, once again. So my theory or my observation of price coming to retest it again was true. Price came to retest it and then push up to my TP, my final TP. As soon as I hit my TP, price started what? Dancing around and came down a little bit and pull up. So we get there when we get to this area. So this trade, actually, I took this trade and this was a win for me. So this was the trade. It was a buy, it was a break and retest, and the R was 3. Risk to reward was 3R. And that was my forecast here. And it was New York session, during New York session that I took this trade. You can see the time from here. And the setup rating was 3. About the setup rating, I'll talk more about that later somehow. And my psychological level, 1 out of 3. I was second. I was two. Okay, and that one too, I have my own explanation to that. So, by textbook, a break and retest by which price gave an engulfing on the 30 minutes as well as rejecting the 4 hour EMA. Though I didn't wait for 4 hours to close and I just jumped in. Trend confluence is when I realized there was a change of character in Delhi. Delhi was bullish. Delhi became bullish and 4 hour became bullish. Hence, I was 30 minutes was also bullish, and then that was my trend confluence, and it was at area of interest. It was at the neckline, the resistance that tends support. So that was my area of interest. This one didn't have any imbalance, so market shift to align with my bias, yes, and I jumped on in. The candlestick that gave me this confirmation was engulfing 30 minutes candle. Thought though I think it is a long shot, price will go and come back to retest my entry again. I might close it at 2RR. And then guess what? Price actually went, came back to retest the entry and pushed up. And that is the trade. So, oh, I didn't fill in here. I think I did. No, I didn't. I was supposed to fill in how to replicate this trade and what would I have done better. And the thing that I think I would have done better was to add another position since I was thinking or I forecasted that price will come back to the entry and likely price actually came back to the entry. So this was my entry before. Still trying to build a plan. If this price plays out perfectly, I'll add it to my lesson. And I actually learned a lesson from here because during my back testing, I realized that anytime USD JPY breaks a major resistance or support level and come back to retest it, it will eventually come back and test it again twice. So that was what I learned from here, from my back testing, and I got to see it here, and it happened again. So I think it's something that I have to consider going forward. So this is it, and that was the trade for you. So it was a win for the first trade. Now let's go to the second trade that I got. I hit the stop loss rate. So the second trade I hit stop loss rate was this one. So this trade too, you can see the weekly was bullish, the rest daily bearish, 4 hours bearish. But then there was a change of here. Here is it. So you can see the daily here. So the daily gave me head and shoulders, and the neckline was broken. Price came to retest the neckline. So as soon as price came to test the neckline, this I wasn't having a good feeling with this trade because the whole this daily candle rejecting the EMA was a signal to me which I didn't catch because I was much into this trade. And then let's see what happened next. So on Tuesday, you can see Tuesday, on Monday, candle also closed the same way, and that would have, I should have reduced my risk when I realized that this candle has closed this way, and I should have known that it's refusing to go lower, and then I hit the stop loss here. So this is it. I hit my stop loss. And also, I got an interesting confirmation here when I go to this was Wednesday, right? Yeah, I think Wednesday, still on the daily. When price broke out this trend line, actually drew the trend line here. So you can see the trend line here that I drew. As soon as I was taken out from this trade, so I drew this level that I was thinking there is a fair value gap here. I want price to tap into this breaker block, and then coupled with the trend line, it can drop or I can get a confirmation there. And actually, I took this trade also without any, that was against my law, my rules. But I did this, which I regretted a lot. I shouldn't have done that, but I did it. And this is that trade also. Now, going forward, you can see from here. So price actually took out the trend line. It broke above the trend line, gave me a body candle close, and came back to retest the trend line and gave me an engulfing candle. As you can see. Now, see the interesting thing. Price came back again to the entry level and then started pushing up. So USDJPY almost always gives a second chance. And this, I didn't get to see this. I saw it, but I didn't believe much on this trend line to take a trade from. And I think in future I have to do that. Since this was what the 4 hours. So it came back and retested the trend line and rejected the EMA. And this would have been my trade to buy to this area. And I would have hit my TP. And that is exactly what I said here. So as you can see from here, where is it here? I could have used the break and retest of the trend line to buy it up. TP would have been hit. We'll be looking for a sell entry here or price fill in the gap before dropping. Since there has also been a market shift, price can break that level, and I'll be looking for retest to continue the buy. And I was also looking for a retest of this level to continue the buy, but it didn't happen. Now let's see where price is. So actually, this was my trade, and let me show you the trade. Actually, here is it. So this was my entry, and this was the entry, and this was the outcome. So here, the lessons learned. I would have minimized my risk from this particular candle. When I saw this bullish engulfing, I could have minimized my risk when price fell because right after the trade, I came back to retest it, play it back, and realized that there was this um, morning star here with a very strong bullish engulfing candle, which price refused to reject. If I would have seen this earlier, I would have just minimized my risk from this trade and wouldn't have lost two positions. All right. So the only mistake I think I made was not paying attention to the trade. Yes, if I was, I would have seen this and would have what? Minimized my risk. If I did, I could have reduced my risk like I tried on the first position. Yes. It was cool, was only following the plan, and I think all is good. How to prevent this from happening again? Nothing could have reduced my risk, only that. That's the only thing that I think I would have done. Even though I realized price came back, this inverted head and shoulders, you can see. So price broke this level anyway. So it happens. So lesson learned, and let's go forward to the next trade. So the next trade is the GBP JPY. GBP JPY. Where is it? My forecast. So here was the forecast. And this trade I have been following it since Sunday. So this was it, and I was looking for price to drop. Price didn't drop. Monday price, there was a change of character here in price with this bullish engulfing candle. So this was almost the same as the USD JPY. So price came back to retest the neckline, or let me say, yeah, retest the this resistance, tend to support. Price came back to retest it, as you can see from here. So that was where you can see price actually came back to retest it. And I predicted that it happened, but I didn't take the trade. So since price broke below this, here is it. Okay, let's go to the lower time frame and I'll show you what I was thinking about. This was it. I will be I would like to see this as double top and will not like to see price break it. Okay, that was the Sunday and this was the Monday. So the Monday, when price broke it, I was saying that I want price to come back to retest it and shoot up. And look at the funny thing that happened. So price actually came, as you can see, price actually came, but it didn't touch my alarm. I set an alarm here and price didn't tap in. And after that, here was it, the original one. So you can see price did not tap in here, and after that, i I would like to see price come back for a retest and give me an engulfing in the 30 minutes or 1 hour for me to buy it up to the weekly area of interest, and that is up here. So on Tuesday, I realized that if I do the neckline like this, maybe could it could have made more sense to me. Lesson learned, and I will be waiting for any pullback to capitalize on it. So after I drew it this way, I realized that, oh, if I did this, I could have put my entry here and I would have been tapped in. But where will I put my stop loss? Maybe just down here, or the whole of this is a fair value gap that price can also come down to tap in there. But whichever way, if I get another trade like this next time, maybe I have to go in with a reduced risk in this kind of trade. So price went, and I was, will price reject this area again? It is possible, and that was it. So price did not touch in the red line, the red area. So I drew this green because of this breaker block here. Price came to tap in and then rejected it, and I was looking for price to come and tap in again. And this was something. It's possible for price to tap in the neckline and reject it again, since that area is a strong area. It will be looking for I will be looking for the third touch and confirmation to buy it up. Also, I see market shift in that evening star confirm it, hence the momentum. So that is it. And I was looking for price to come down here. And you see what happened? This was my analysis. That was yesterday. And you can see that this is the 4 hours. Now let me just go down here and why I took this trade. So you can see I was actually in the trade previously and it ran down to my loss. And now I took the second position. I'm gonna explain why I take the first one, why I took the first one, and why I took the second one. So these are the position that I took here. This is the first one. So you can see from here it was what, a buy because of fair value gap and there was market shift, and it's going to continue on continuation to the top because it was bullish. Price tapped in and rejected a fair value gap in the lower time frame, giving engulfing candle in the 5 minutes. And because of that, that was my confirmation. So trend confluence, area of interest, market shift, it's aligned. And this is how I took the trade. This is my entry. Here is my entry. This is the 1 hour time frame. As you can see, this is the 1 hour, and that was the entry right there. And this is the 15 minutes. So the 15 minutes, there was a fair value gap here. Price tapped in. That particular candle that closed rejecting the EMA. That was my confirmation for that. And this one was actually an engulfing candle, and that was why I took the trade. I took it without waiting for the candle to close, and what happened? It came down. Just 5 minutes for the candle to close, it all ran down. Already, I was in the trade. So it's actually good and nice to always wait for confirmation, wait for the candle to close before you enter a trade. Since I didn't wait for the candle to close, I entered the trade, and what happened? It melted down. So that led to this loss. So at the end, I lost this particular trade. As you can see, there was a news here, and the news helped price dropped down. Now let's see why I lost this trade. So the mistake that I made, I didn't factor in liquidity in my entry into this position. Hence, I was the liquidity. So there's this popular saying out there that if you cannot spot the liquidity, then you are probably the liquidity itself. I didn't reference my forecast. In the forecast, I was expecting price to behave exactly the way it did. So going back to the forecast, you can see from here, I was expecting price to come back to this green side, which is the support. Will price reject this area again? And I said, what? It is possible. Price will tap in and it reject it again. So it's possible for price to tap in the neckline and reject it again. Since that area is a strong area, I will be looking for the third touch and confirmation to buy it up. Also, I see market shift, and that evening star confirms it, hence the momentum. So there was a market shift here. In the lower time frame, you can see a market shift here, and this is the evening star. So I realized that price is actually really coming to this area that I marked, and I couldn't wait for that to happen. So what are the emotions involved? Impatience, since I saw what I wanted to see, market shift to align with my bias, and price retested the OB with an engulfing. And because of that, I'd not even wait for my forecast to happen, and I just jumped on the trade, and that was why I lost this trade. How to prevent myself from making this same mistake again? I need to consider liquidity next time when I'm preparing to take a trade, and that was the first lesson learned. And the second one is I need to always make reference to my forecast before entering into a position. So right there, after I was taken out from this trade, I went back to my reference because I wanted to journal this trade, and I got to know that, hey, you said that you want price to tap in this area before you buy. And then lo and behold, I realized this can be a liquidity taken. Hence, I was ready for this trade. So I set up my position and I was looking for it keenly. Then I got to see this engulfing candle here right after the liquidity, engulfing candle taking engulfing candle giving me a confirmation to buy it up. So I opened the two positions right here, and this was my first TP. Actually, it was here, but I realized that it's likely price will break past here, so I took my first TP to this side and my second TP to the weekly area of interest, which is here, and I'll be looking for price to break the first TP, retest it, and go to the weekly area of interest. Now let's see what we have at the moment. So at the moment, this is what we have. As you can see, price tap in the first area of interest, my first TP, and dropped, and now it's heading up. So as soon as price got here, my first TP was hit, and the second TP, the second position, I closed part of it. As you can see, I closed partial. I've closed partial of that, and the rest is running. So I'm looking for price to tap here. I've set my alarm, and where I'm looking for the rate test there for price to push up to the weekly area of interest. So basically, this is the trade, the third trade taken this week. Now let's take a look at the last trade. The last trade is going to be this one. And USD JPY has blessed me twice this week. So everything was bullish. Weekly was bullish, daily bullish, 4 hours bullish. Since price the trend was bullish and in synchronizing. So I decided to also buy. And this is it. So I will just jump right down here. Like right from here, I was looking for engulfing. I got it. And this I would like to see price close above 152 with this candle, then a pullback for me to look for a buy. So I was looking for price to close above here 152 with a body candle close and come down, pull back. Anytime price breaks a level, it pulls back. So after it pulls back, then that will be my confirmation to buy, to enter for entry. And now let's see what happened. That was what, on the 10th, and this was on the 12th. So this was Tuesday and this is Thursday, and this was yesterday. And you can see price actually broke and closed above it. And the retracement that I was looking for is to this candle, which started breaking, coming down. Now, this is the 4 hours. So with the 4 hours, this was what I was looking for. I wanted price to break, retest it, and push up. Now, and see what happened. Interestingly, price actually went to exactly where I was thinking it to get to and come back to retest and push up. And price did exactly that. And this to perfection. How price did exactly that. Since we are bullish now, I will be looking for a confirmation for a buy. But if price closes below the support, that means that evening star holds, hence a sell. In all, I am looking for price to get to 153.5 level. And this was the 1 hour. 1 hour to after the first trade was a win. I was looking for price to do this exactly the same thing, and it happened. It happened to the teeth. You can see. So it broke above it, came for the retest, and then it gave me this candlestick confirmation here. So you can see an inverted head and shoulder pattern here. So I was expecting this neckline to be broken, and after it breaks, I want to see a retest, and then I will shoot it toward 153, like I have speculated 153.5, and that was my TP. That would be my TP. So lo and behold, the trade came in. I projected my position. I kept my position intact, and I was looking for price to retrace, tap me in, and then push up. And 23, or let's say 30 pip stop loss, and this is 1:3. That is why I didn't put the my TP at 153.5, but then 153.7 in order to get 1:3 TP. And let's see how the trade played out. So this is it. And then this is the last trade for today. Let's see how it played out. It played out nicely. It was a break and retest and continuation of the trend. So this was my forecast. I forecasted the trade here. And now let's see. Price broke the resistance with the body and came to retest it. I entered with a limit order, so I didn't get much of a confirmation. And these were my confirmation that I was looking for. Since it was a limit order, I didn't get all of these. Now let's look at the chart. So this was my entry. So the entry, like I said, price broke above it, and I was looking for price to come and retest the this bullish OB, or should I say breaker block, whatever. I was looking for price to come and tap it since there was a fair value gap in between there in the lower time frame, and price indeed came. Price created an imbalance with 15 minutes. That was where my entry was. Price just tapped into that imbalance, and I expect price to retrace and continue the bullish move. And let's see the outcome. So price actually went up and came, as you can see from here. It gave me this entry and then came back and gave me a second entry that I could have capitalized on that, but I couldn't do that. The market blessed us with a win. I'm so grateful for the knowledge I'm acquiring. So with this one, now let me see. Let's go through our exit. How to replicate this win. The fourth touch broke that resistance and retested it. I've seen that price normally retests the entry two times when there is a breakout. So this is the lesson learned from this particular trade, even though I've seen it happen time and time. How could I how what could I have done better? My first entry was with a smaller time frame. The higher time frame also gave me a second entry at the same price, and I could have entered for my second position. Need to learn to manage my trades well, but at the end it is a win. Congratulations to me. So basically this is it, and I'm so glad that I've learned something from this trade, and I'm so happy for this particular win. So at the end, we've taken these trades for the week, and three of them was a positive one. The one that we lost to, we've learned our lessons from that already. So basically, that is it, and I'm so happy for this. Well, so this channel, like I said earlier on, I'm just trying to document my journey on YouTube here, so that in future I can look back and I said, hey, I tried. I learned it the hard way, or I tried the best way possible to keep my journeys. And also, this can serve as a motivation for some people who are also looking to learn about trading. So, on to the next week, hopefully, if I can take three trades or two trades and I can win one and lose one, I think that is okay. If I can get 50% win every week, I think that would be great. So trade less, take quality trades, and that will be what much beneficial to you. All right, until next time, see you. Bye.